it's just him. It's just constantly, go, Max, go, hurry it up. So, and then the first time, I'm not going off on my side, but the first time I drove with him, we were going back to his house, and his business partner and a couple other people had to meet us there. They had a big enough car for us to go, and then Stan had a convertible, a nice, beautiful Mercedes convertible.
Keep talking, I have a whole breakfast to eat, and go slow. Where are you putting it? He's taking it away.
So, I go, okay, I'll go with you, Stan. I'll sit in the back, Joe, you get in the front. No, you go with Stan. And I'm like, okay, come on, guys, let's go. No, we're going to go with Ben. And I couldn't understand why. So when we got in the car, he turns it right on, and it's like flashlight, like NASCAR. He goes, boom, poof, and takes off, and it doesn't even stop. I mean, you can't hear me there about 3 times loud. Oh no, you're a big driver. California roads doesn't even apply, it just makes his turns, and that's it. And that's how I learned how to drive with him, how his driving skills are. So, I know it. It's secrets sometimes. Secrets. Hey, one thing, you guys, did you know it's going to be 7 years of wedding anniversary from this year? Joni's just a few months older than him, and she calls him a certain. What does Joni call you?
I'm a boy.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, so what do you want to talk about?
You just did.
No. We're going to have some fun.
Well, why don't you find out what they want to talk about?
Okay, let's start with this table. One answer, then we'll go to the next one question. You guys got something? Go ahead.
I've been thinking about a little bit since harvesting monthly beavers, and my theory is that you're actually the watcher.
See, unfortunately, even though I look like the most perfect human being you've ever seen, I don't hear as well as I used to. I know you're all wondering, what do you keep him around for? He tells me what people say. What was that? That's supposed to be a big secret. Later on, after this meeting, you and I go outside. Discuss it in front of people. But I'm watching. Tony Stark. Our Marvel characters have more of anything. All of them. I have all those super qualities. My only problem is I keep falling off when I try to stick to the wall. I'm like all of them. I'm as brave as these. I'm as strong as these. I'm a wonderful person.
Let's go back there. Let's just raise hands if you guys can. Right here. Go ahead. You're asking what made you come up with that concept?
Well, I was reading a lot about the problems that they're having in the inner cities in certain places. And it just seems so wrong that so many different people from different races don't get along well. We're all Americans, we all live here. So it occurred to me that if we could just respect each other a little bit more. And I made up this pin with a white hand holding the white hand in a symbol of solidarity and the word respect over it. And some police chiefs in different cities heard about this and they ordered these pins. Some places they're painting that symbol on the back bumper, at the back fender of their car. Some police cars are doing that, and it seems to be spreading. It's this silly little thing, just the word respect with the two hands, but I think it's a real message, so we're trying to promote it. That's it, because I happen to be a wonderful person. Secret about my marriage?
Let her do what she wants.
It's not really a secret. The most important thing, if you're a guy, only if you're a guy, you have to marry the right girl. If you're a girl, you have to marry the right guy. And after that, there's no secret. You just do what comes naturally.
I'll elaborate a little bit more on that. He's very modest on that. I've been with him almost 13 years. And the first thing he does when he walks into the door, no matter from the office or for a convention, doesn't matter what time it is, she might be asleep, he walks in there, just leans over, gives her a kiss, and tells her, I'm home, honey. She doesn't even know.
Get the other guy out of the room.
Oh, that's funny. One time he was kidding. I thought he was kidding around. Well, he is kidding around. We're coming home, and I said, I'm going to let Joni know that we're almost, going to be home tonight. No, don't do it. I go, why? I want to surprise her. And I go, Stan, you're going to surprise her, and you might not be the right surprise. Don't worry. I got my gun. I'll get up. So anyway, no, they're. I mean, if you guys see them, it's very, I can't put a feeling or a word to it, the feeling that I see when I see them two together. It's like she's on the sofa or in a chair or something. It's just like they're holding hands all the time. They talk.
I want her to get away.
But, and then there's times that, she's like, and there's the times when the convention season's over, and I come over, and she says, Max, when's the next convention? A couple of weeks or so. Get him out of the house. Get him out. Well, what's wrong? He's hovering over me. I can't take it. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the thing about them. It's incredible. And he tells me stories back in the day. They used to, when they're in New York, one side of the city, and then the other side of the city she would be in, he would call her and say, let's get together for lunch. And, tell him what you tell me all the time.
One of my fondest memories, when I first met Jody, and we started having lunch together. And this was in Manhattan, New York. And I had an office near the Empire State Building, and she had an office on Fifth Avenue, not far from there. And we would walk out of our office at the same time and walk toward each other. Eventually we'd meet. And one of my greatest memories is walking down Fifth Avenue and seeing her coming toward me. And she's the most beautiful girl that ever lived, there's no doubt about that. And she was wearing this little silk dress, and the wind was blowing in against her. And she was wearing high heels and running toward me. And I don't know, I have that memory all the time of her running toward me and looking so beautiful. And me hoping it was me she was running toward.
Yeah, so those are little things about him and her. her. I mean, it's just amazing, amazing life that these guys have. And one thing, if he ever lets the photos out, you go to his house, and it's a nice big house, but he only rules one room, the bedroom. The whole house is hers. It's the way she wants it, and she has different photos of herself. And his thing, I was like, why is there many different photos of her?
Well, what happened was, when we got married, it was years ago, and they didn't have cell phones. They had regular cameras. So we were always taking pictures, but the pictures we were always taking were of her. Every time she'd wear a new dress or walk into a room or do anything, I'd take a picture of it. And I'd have them all over the house. And anybody who walked into the house who didn't know us would think it was a woman living alone, and they were all on pictures. There weren't any of me. Oh, in the office, I have the photos all over my office, and I have another guy working there, and his wife said to him, "I don't like this. I walked into Stan's office, there are pictures of Joan all over, and in your office you got one little picture of me on the desk." And it started a whole thing. He had to go out and take a lot of pictures of her on me. So I affect people's lives. It's a rare, rare talent I have, affecting lives. Oh, those of you in this room who are women, the men won't understand this, but when you go to a party, you wear a dress. If a week later you go into another party, you would, with the same people, you wouldn't be caught dead in the same dress. You have to wear a different dress, right? Well, Joan is that way about the house. When we used to have a party, people would come over, we had a good time and so forth, and we were going to have another party next week. She would rearrange all the furniture because everybody had already seen the house the way it was. She had to show how great it could look in a different way. But I was spending my life tripping and falling on the furniture that I didn't know was there because it wasn't there yesterday. But I still stayed married to her for the hell.
Let's start with the question. Guy with the hand.
First, I want to thank you for your military service as part of the greatest generation. Probably a lot of veterans or current service members in this room. I'm kind of curious about during your time in the military service, and your last salmon box had a reference to a lot of people that you worked with that during that time, like Dr. Seuss and all that. Can you give us any stories or interesting stories you may have during that time?
There was one time when I was working with William Saroyan. We were doing training films for the troops about some subject. And the colonel walked over to me and he said, "Sergeant, could you write a little slower?" I said, "Why?" He said, "You're making Saroyan look bad." I was turning out 2-3 pages a day, and he was doing a few paragraphs. Not that he couldn't write as fast as me, but I think his mind was on something else. So I had to slow down so the other guy and some other people wouldn't look like they were going too slow. And that's about the only thing. Other than that, I minded my own business, did what I did, and won the war practically single-handedly.
Okay, let's get this question right there. Yeah?
What are we getting a Stan's solo movie?
Ooh, that's a good one. What? He's asking when are we going to have a Stanley solo movie?
Well, it's about time. Got an idea. I'm going to call the people at Marvel and tell them, why don't you have a cameo of me in every comic book? Wouldn't that be a great idea?
Oh, yeah.
like, Max, you know, I don't want to go to the convention right now. I said, okay, cool. What do you want to do? I want to go to Universal. Why? Because I want to. Okay.
And when I want to do something,
So we call one of our friends over there, dear friend Don. We call him up, hey Don, hey Max, how are you? I know you're coming into town. Yeah, that's funny that you say that. Why? You go, because we're on our way over there. We're going to see you in about 20 minutes. What? I go, yeah, we'll be there in 20 minutes. Dan wants to walk to Islands of Adventure. Really? I go, yeah. So I said, okay, Max, just give me a few minutes. He hangs up the phone. We pull up. Security's all over the place. We walk over there, and he's just walking, minding his business, just looking at, because they changed it. I mean, a lot of the stuff they changed it. Rearranged it, remodeled it. So we get in there, and nobody notices. I mean, he's in the middle of the crowd, just like this, if he was walking in between you. Everybody's minding their business, and there's this one kid.
why should I be noticed? I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't standing on the head. He always expects me to be noticed.
No,
I didn't know where I go.
you know, he doesn't understand the drama we go through with him. No idea. Listen, I come out ahead. Usually I fly with him. And when I fly in with him, I basically have to land on my feet and start running, get everything working, make sure everything's in order. Versus coming out a few days ahead and kind of smooth, and then his is just, Max, there's no reason for you to come out. Everything works fine. I go, yes, and of course, all the work is done behind the scenes. You don't know. So back to this kid. This kid sees Stan like where that guy's at right there. And we're walking, and the guy, oh my God, it's, shut up. I go like that. And the kid just freezes. And his buddies, I see his buddies, they're like, what's wrong? What's wrong? He's like, no. Nothing. So we walk and Stan's like, what's the problem? I said, no, nothing, just somebody saying hi to me. We get over there, and then all of a sudden, this is incredible. And one person hears that voice. He has a unique voice. And goes, wow, this is great. And next thing you know, we start getting a mob of people. Next, this guy starts walking up to us. His name's Todd or Ted or something like that. And I'm like, who's this guy? And he's like walking fast-paced toward me. I said, okay, something's going to happen here. And I just step in front of him. Hey, how are you? My name's Todd. I'm a VP here. And I go, okay, cool. Nice to meet you. We just got notified you're going to be here. You should have seen how, well, I can't say that word I want to say, but you should have seen how these guys acted. They were like fanboys. All these VPs, secretaries, everybody that can be out of the office came down and started saying hi to him, yada, yada, yada. And you know what? This is the thing that got me. I'm probably dragging it out. The thing that got me the most, everybody that was in the inner, there was an inner circle, and inside the inner circle were all the VPs and things like that, right? But on the outer circle, which was security was kind of keeping everybody back, was the fans. So he asked me, Stan, Max, who's all these guys? I go, I think that's the vice president of operations, this guy's this, and this guy's that. Hello, 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 hello. And the next thing you know, he tells me, but who are they? Those are your fans. Why am I hanging out with them? I go, it's up to you. He goes into the crowd and starts taking pictures and hanging out with the fans, and the fans are just like, thank you, Stan, thank you, thank you, thank you. And he reminds me all the time, it doesn't matter who you are, you're all equal in his eyes. So,
What I was sitting there thinking, I got up early and I came here and everything, for what? To sit and watch Stan drink a glass of orange juice? That's what I've done. Now I don't know what to do. I finished the orange juice.
we're going to eat for a few minutes. They're going to get their self-support. All right.
Yeah, kind of you. I haven't had breakfast yet. I don't want you to feel guilty. It's okay. You didn't mean it.
Last night, we go to dinner, the Tom's restaurant, and he says, Max, I just want a little meal, nothing big, just a little meal, and I tell it to the waiters. They go overboard, they bring him a 3-pound lobster, 24-ounce steak, big as, he's like, how the hell am I going to eat this? He almost ate half of the stuff. So, yeah, that's why I'm kind of delaying this full. So, what we're gonna do is gonna eat, and then we're gonna get you guys organized so we can get your photos and autographs. But we'll go with one question last, and we'll do that lady right back there.
Actually, not a question, God, I have a question for Sam. We didn't know you were a minister, and we are getting ready to celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary. What would you charge to officiate? Completely opposite.
I'll be happy to.
He wants to do it now.
Now, here's the thing. To me, people who've been married 25 years are like newlyweds. But I think you should renew your vows. It's a good idea. I will listen and make sure you're saying it properly. You go first.
Oh, we're supposed to do this.
Years, you've been a blessing in my life. I love you with all my heart, and I'll love you forevermore.
Boy, you should be the writer.
I'm proud to be your husband. You're my wife, my soul, my heart. You're my everything. I'm in that German.
Of course, no, you're
You are my everything. You are my soulmate, you are my best friend, you are my husband, and considering we only dated for 3 months and we got married, I think we're doing pretty good. You're an amazing father, amazing provider, and you make my heart smile every morning. I love you.
There is nothing more than two people who love each other like that. God bless you, and thanks for coming. And I'll see you at your next 25th. All right? Good day to be here. Wow.
Okay, so he's gonna have some breakfast and we'll